What's up, everybody? You are tuned in to the Cris Style
Mo.
Podcast, episode 164, Takeover Wednesday. Hope everybody's having a good Wednesday. Whatever you're doing, you're at home, you're at work, whatever you're doing, we appreciate y'all tapping into us with us tonight, especially y'all on the East Coast. And if you're tapping in on playback, we appreciate you too. We got a lot of stuff to get into. NBA playoffs. This game actually going on right now. Mall's Lakers.
Yeah.
Um, we got random news always. We got some football, fantasy football stuff for some rookies we want to talk about. Bill Belichick's girlfriend is off the hinge. No, I'm just playing. And we got some other stuff to talk about. But until then, what's up, Mark? What's up, Maul?
Mark. Who the fuck is Mark?
That's my cousin. I'm sorry. I'm used
Mark?
to talking to him on my Chiefs podcast.
You low key, you trying to find my replacement, my nigga? What's going on?
Yeah, that's
what
what
I'm
I'm doing.
doing.
Mark from work.
Well, what up, Mark? Hope you're doing good. Man, I'm good, bro. Just over here, being depressed watching my Lakers play. But we'll see what happens. We're down by one with about 6 minutes left, so we'll see what happens. Rudy Gobert out here looking like Shaquille O'Neal against us right now.
Wow. That's Shaquille O'Neal.
He got like 27 points right now.
Damn. All right, well, hopefully, maybe y'all can rally and put it together.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Well, let's go ahead and tap into the NBA playoffs, man.
Yeah.
Outside of your team playing right now, we can talk. We can go to we can do like we did on Monday. Eastern Conference, Cleveland Cavaliers. They closed out the series against the Heat. They won 138-43, sweeping them in the series. They were pretty much dominant in this series. Donovan Mitchell, leading the charge, doing his thing, and they move on to the second round. Man, what's your thoughts on this series?
Obviously a dominant performance by the Cleveland Cavaliers, especially without having Darius Garland for the last 2 games. So we all kind of expected it to be this way. I think the bigger story I think is how Miami Heat have looked the last couple games. Losing both of these games by 30 plus. It's pretty embarrassing, especially what they've been known for. Heat culture, toughness, grittiness. You have Eric Spoelstra, who's one of the best coaches in the NBA. Pat Riley, one of the more respected minds of basketball and of president operations of the Miami Heat. So they're gonna have to figure out what their identity is. They really don't have too many pieces, and as far as like picks and value, as far as like with players, without giving up Bam Adebayo or Tyler Hero. To upgrade this team. So it's going to be very curious to see what they do in the offseason. But with the Cavs, man, it's just, we kind of expect this, great performance. Now they got a big one coming up in their next series with the Pacers, which I know we're going to talk about here in a minute.
Yeah. On, say, Tuesday, the Boston Celtics closed out the Orlando Magic series, winning 4-1. Jason Tatum went off for 35 points to propel Boston to win 4-1 series. What's your thoughts on that?
Hey, Jason Tatum looking like an MVP. As I said, I talked about it last episode that this is the Jason Tatum I like seeing. I like the Jason Tatum with an attitude. You know what I mean? Like I said, I've been the number one critic of Jason Tatum, man. But me being a Lakers fan, I hate to see him play this way. But he's been playing really dominant. I think the main thing with the Celtics is that we got to start minding these injuries a little bit. Drew Holiday, he hasn't been able to play. Jaylen Brown playing with a bum knee right now, and then you also got Jason Tatum. Even though he looks great, he still has a banged up wrist. So I just a couple things to be mindful of. We could potentially have a really good series with whether it's the Knicks or the Pistons, because I think the Pistons low key match up pretty well against the Celtics. I still expect the Celtics to be the favorites no matter who they play, whether it's them or the Knicks. I would probably prefer the Knicks because I just think they will be more ready for it, even though they do have a lot of question marks, a couple injuries. But yeah, man, Celtics are prime. And then with the Magic, man, they just need to find another scorer to go along with Franz Wagner and Paolo Banchero. If they can get that, I think this team has a lot of promise. So if you're an Orlando Magic fan, I really want to trip too much about it. You kind of, you fought hard even in your losses. So I think that was respectable in its own. And yeah, if they can just find another scorer, man, like you add Devin Booker to this team, I think this series looks totally different. So
okay. The Pistons end up taking the lead in this series as they won 106-103. Kate Cunningham had 24 points as he helps narrow the series down. What are your thoughts on this series?
Like Cade, I've been trying to tell y'all, man. Cade is one of my favorite players to watch, man. His game is so smooth. He's on the same level as, like I said, he definitely is going to be in MVP conversations here very, very soon, man. This man is the truth. I love this Detroit Pistons team. They're very gritty. Even Isaiah Stewart, he hasn't been playing. We all know the kind of the toughness and grittiness that he does have, especially on the defensive side and rebounding. But Duran, he's been amazing. He's been like, Dennis Rodman on the boards for them. Malik Beasley, I mean, you take him out of a Laker jersey, this man is the sixth man of the year. But we got to look at this, man. I think the Knicks should be a little bit worried. Like Jalen Brunson and this ankle is not getting any better, man. This man needs to start putting on them Steph Curry anklets, bro, because at this point, my man cannot even walk without him twisting his ankle. He's very, very key. I know there's been a lot of conversations about Tibbs and how he handled the situation with Josh Hart and Brunson on the side waiting to check in. He had a timeout left. He could have used a foul. I do agree that he did misuse how he handled that situation. I thought he could have handled that situation a lot better. But the Detroit Pistons have been outplaying the New York Knicks pretty much this whole series, minus maybe like 2 or 3 quarters. So that's something to look forward to. I think the Detroit Pistons are going to take this to Game 7. I still expect the Knicks to win in Game 7, but I would not be surprised if the Pistons, with all that energy that crowd is going to have, I would not be surprised if they win tomorrow night and take it to Game 7 on Saturday.
For sure. Then the Indiana Pacers end up closing out the series with the Bucks with an overtime win with Tyrese Halliburton game-winning layup to eliminate the Milwaukee Bucks 119-118. Also, it was a little controversy at the end of the game with Giannis and Tyler Halliburton's father. But what's your thoughts on this series?
Man, this series, man, if they can make a movie out of any series, man, it has to be this one. There's so many turns, even though like the Pacers were dominant. Obviously, you had the return of Damian Lillard coming from the blood clot to him, depressingly suffering that Achilles injury. And I made a mistake on his age. For some reason I kept saying 37 on Monday. He's 34, but still with that age coming on Achilles injury, it's still pretty tough. So I do want to apologize about that for Monday's show, but. And then obviously, you had the Bucks, really outplayed them the whole overtime. They were up 7 with about 40 seconds left. And then for some reason, Gary Trent was pretty much the savior and the person that mainly caused his comeback to happen. Like, I feel bad for Gary Trent because Gary Trent played an amazing game, but he caused a lot of dumb turnovers. He pretty much caused the main turnover that pretty much led to Tyrese Halliburton with the game-winning layup. And then you got to look at that storyline too. You had Tyrese Halliburton that was voted the most overhyped player. And, some of the Bucks players were one of the ones that were voted on that. And, for him to ISO Giannis, one of the best defensive players in the NBA, and to lay it in for the game winner, that's a story in its own too. And then obviously you had the whole incident where, Tyrese Halliburton's dad, got on the court and, started kind of like, talking shit to Giannis, and I thought that shit was funny how Giannis was like, I know this. The size up was crazy. The size up was crazy. But and then honestly, also to go with kind of the whole movie premise, you got to kind of look at this. Looks like the end of the Bucks as we know it. With Damian Lillard, with Giannis. This just seems like this is destined for a Giannis trade. This is destined for Damian Lillard to be on a different team, even coming off the Achilles injury. As a Bucks fan, you got to be kind of really disappointed because you're kind of staring your future dwindling with this team. And, just kind of like the whole relationship Giannis has built with this Milwaukee fan base. It's coming to an end, man, because at the end of the day, Giannis wants to win chips. But, hey, the Pacers and the Cavs is going to be one hell of a series, man. I'm truly excited to see how that goes.
For sure. And then today, Tuesday, you had the Nuggets taking the lead in the series against the Clippers. They won 131-115. Jamal Murray had 43 points. What is your thoughts on that series?
Man, this is another series that has been one that's been a roller coaster as well. You know what I mean? It seemed like the Clippers were kind of the better team, but after that whole game on Saturday where Aaron Gordon hit that insane air ball for the dunk, you know, I mean, it seemed like the series has turned a little bit, especially with the Denver Nuggets. It seemed like Jamal Murray's a little bit healthier. You know, we finally got the Jamal Murray of old that we've been seeing. Again, I would not be surprised if the Clippers win tomorrow. I expect the Clippers to win tomorrow and take this to Game 7. I expect us to have 2 Game 7s on Saturday. Yeah, man. And another thing is James Harden needs to step up. I know I've been very, very critical of James Harden in situations like this where he tends to just disappear in big games like this. James Harden needs to show up. You know what I mean? It's been a lot of times in his career, even when he was younger, where he would just disappear in the Thunder, Rockets, the Nets. Like it's. What's up, Kareem? It's just been that, you know, same old story. So can James Harden finally get over the hump and actually show up in one of these big games? He needs it. Like Kawhi Leonard needs help. You know, Norman Powell, he needs help. Like James Harden had a pathetic showing in Denver. So he needs to be better defensively. It was very interesting to see him being put on Jokic as a switch. I was very curious to see, like, Ty Lue is an amazing head coach, but I was very curious to see why he would do that. I kind of get it because I think James Harden, it probably might be a little bit easier for him to stay in front of Jokic because obviously Jokic is not that quick and agile like that. But just with the physical force, it might have wore him down. So I'm going to be curious to see if they continue to do that kind of matchup on the defensive end to kind of protect James Harden. But I do expect it to be a Game 7 going on Saturday.
And then today, the Golden State Warriors go down to from the Houston Rockets. The Rockets beat them 131-116, staying alive in the series, going up 3-2, or making the series 3-2. What is your thoughts on that series, sir?
Man, you know what I mean? Like at the end of the day with this series, man, it's kind of like you get what you see with it. You know, this series has been, you know, one of those ones where, you know, it's been kind of, you know, like the Rockets. We're talking about the Rockets and Warriors, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Rockets and Warriors. Like at the end of the day, man, it was a big win for the Rockets this today. A big win. A lot of it got a little worrisome there a little bit at the end when the Rockets were up by 30 and then the Warriors bench players were able to cut that down to about like 14, 12 points. But it's been a physical series. You know what I mean? I expect it to continue that way. I don't know where this is going to go as far as like with the Warriors and Rockets. It could go one of the two ways. I think if you can get the aggressive Jalen Green, the aggressive Al Prince and Goon, the aggressive Thompson, I think the Rockets can win this series still. But you need to see that aggressiveness. Like for some reason, these guys have just not been as aggressive as I thought they would be consistently. They're the more athletic team. They're the faster team. They should be getting on the breaks as much as possible. Try to wear out Steph on the defensive end. Try to wear out Draymond Green. Try to put him in positions where you can put his anger management against themselves because you know Draymond Green will tend to do some dumb shit. But again, Jimmy Butler is also he could be the ace. You know what I mean? Like if you can get a old school Jimmy Butler game, then they can seal it. But I expect a real physical game. You already hearing about how they're attacking Steph Curry's bad hand. So you know you say that at a press conference. You know it's gonna get really chippy. So if you want to see you know couple you know squabbles, then I expect y'all to watch this game on Friday.
For sure. And right now your Lakers are winning.
Yeah, we're down by 2 right now. It's 93-91. About 3 minutes left. I would say this. I don't have an idea if we're gonna win this game, but win or lose, like the Lakers are gonna have to make some really tough decisions. I have been really disappointed by Austin Reeves. I've been really I've been surprised by Rui. I love what Rui did. You know, I was kind of on the fence about Rui, but I would love to keep Rui. But at this point, I would not be mad if we put Austin Reeves in a trade. That's kind of my breaking news for how I feel as a Laker fan right now. And I know that might be sacrilegious because, I love Austin Reeves, but if we need this, if this team is going to grow, we need to go ahead and start making some wholesale decisions, especially with Giannis potentially being out there. We need a center. We have no big man. It's been kind of depressing. I'm not going to hold too much on Luka. I hope that he really gets his act together with this weight conditioning and just being in shape. I really hope so. I've always been burnt on the LeBron thing, but we know LeBron is always going to come in shape. We know he's going to be professional. And then at the end of the day, I think this is going to be a really good experience for JJ Redick. This is his first year coaching. I know a lot of people, have been kind of like, getting on him, I guess, these last couple games and the way he's been coaching. Even I have, especially on the offensive minded side. But we got to all remember that this is his first year as a head coach, period. And I think he's done an amazing job. So I'm not going to be too hard on JJ Redick. I'm not even going to be really too hard on his team. Besides Austin Reeves, he's probably the one that really, really has been the most disappointing. I expected more from him. So at the end of the day, I think we got our future piece with Luka Doncic. Hopefully he can get his act together. Hopefully, he'll be one of those types where he can lean on Bron and work out with him. And then we can find some ways to get some assets. Maybe I would pray, like, the ultimate dream is to get Giannis. Do I think it's going to happen? No. But I would say one of the more names that I would love to have, I would love to see if we can get Naz Reid. I think that is a legit chance player that we could get. If we could get him, add some more depth, get Dorian Finney-Smith off my fucking team because I cannot stand that dude. And I think we can make some noise next year for sure. Be a full training camp with Luka and Bron, and we can just go from there. And then JJ Redick, getting that experience, I think he'll be cool. So at this point right now, it's 100-94, Minnesota with the ball. Looks like our season will end. It's about 38 seconds left. So, it just is what it is, man. It was a roller coaster of a ride, man. But, it's just going to be the end for my Lakers. So less stress for me. My blood pressure will be fine for the rest of the year until the Raiders start.
For sure.
Kareem, listen, my brother. You don't have to tell me, bro. You don't have to tell me, man. Rudy Gobert is out here looking like goddamn Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and what can I say, bro? What can I say? We got no size, man. We need to get size. So
for sure. All right, man. Let's talk about Bill Belichick's girlfriend, man. He did an interview recently for CBS Sports, and the interviewer was pretty much asking about their relationship. And, at first, Bill Belichick kind of shrugged it off and was like, I don't really think about it. And his girlfriend, she kept pressing the issue, and his girlfriend said, we're not talking about that right now. Interjected into the interview. A lot of people are getting on her about that. But what's your thoughts on it, sir?
Yeah, man, it's a weird relationship. There's been a lot of rumors and speculations about the relationship. How she wanted to have a lot of control for the Hard Knocks because we all remember.
Watch the playback on Monday, Joe. You'll find out how he feels about his draft.
Yeah, watch that, or I can let you know a little bit. It's all good. But yeah, so you remember that they were supposed to be on Hard Knocks. UNC was supposed to be selected on Hard Knocks because they were having a tough time finding an NFL team. And then I guess there was news that came out today or yesterday that she wanted full control of the executive production of the show. Like, she wanted to have say. I'm like, and then you have this whole situation where you see her on the field. Then you had the whole weird. And did you watch the interview where I think it was like CBS or something like that, where she was like, they started asking questions about the relationship, and she's trying to say like, no, we're not going to talk about that. And it's very weird. And then I also saw another thing where I guess she owns like a couple new businesses now, and she was like a hairdresser or something like that. And everybody's kind of curious where she got the money from. We all know where she's getting the money from. She's getting the money from Belichick. My thing with Bill Belichick is, don't let this young thing ruin and take your money, bro, because she's hustling your ass, my brother, and it's looking really sad out here for Big Belly, man, Big Belichick, bro, and it's this whole relationship is just weird. And look, I'm not the type of person that's like, look, you want to do what you want to do. Your happiness is your happiness. Your love is your love. But at the end of the day, it is getting weird because it keeps getting put into public perspective. And we come from an era of Bill Belichick when he was with the New England Patriots and how closed off he was, how precise he was, how much he wanted to have control. It seems like he has no control of his life right now. That's just me.
Look, man, Bill Belichick is in his TI. You can have whatever you like face. All right, let's just call it what it is. He's the sugar daddy, and he caking her up, and she caking him up. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, but I hear you. But at the same time, yeah, you may be caking her up, but I'm not going to allow this girl to dictate how I'm running my career. I'm not going to have her dictate my my lifestyle or how I'm coaching or my interviews, or if I want to have Hard Knocks for UNC because I want to put them more on the spotlight and try to attract more recruits, and you want to be executive producer, like, well, what the fuck? Well, I'm not allowing that shit. I'll throw you some bread. Like, I got the bread, but what we talking about?
Maul ain't that much younger than us.
What?
Maul be thinking you like 32 or 31 or some shit.
I'm young, brother. Don't listen to him. I'm young, man. Don't listen to that motherfucker. Don't listen to that nigga, bro. Don't listen to that nigga.
Let him lie. Okay, go get your shit off, man. Go ahead, man.
Hey, man, I'm not. Look, man, I'm just saying, man, don't let this shorty like run you down, bro. Just don't let her run you down, man. Like, hold your nuts a little bit, bro. That's all I'm saying. Just hold your nuts a little bit, man. Put some respect on your name, bro.
You probably don't even get to touch her.
That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Yeah, that's right. I am in my 20s, nigga. Yeah, that is correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chris, don't play me, my brother. Don't play me.
Donald Trump is black.
Huh?
Saying Donald Trump is black.
Some motherfuckers think that. I don't, but they be thinking that shit.
All right, before we get to our next topic, we're going to play this real quick commercial from Sports Magnet Drink.
Introduce yourself to Magnet, the ultimate sports drink. Are you ready to take your performance to the next level? Do you want a sports drink that eliminates the muscle cramps and fatigue when working out or training? Meet Magnet, the sports drink designed for athletes who refuse to settle for mediocrity. It's power-packed electrolytes and rehydrates and restores balance with their scientifically formulated blend with magnesium that fights fatigue and boosts endurance. It has natural ingredients made with real fruit extracts and no artificial colors or flavors because your body deserves the best. It has delicious flavors like mixed fruit and watermelon that keep you revitalized and ready for action. It will boost your performance with essential vitamins and minerals. Magnet fuels your workouts, helping you crush your goals. Join the Magnet movement whether you're training, competing, or simply staying active. Magnet is your go-to refreshment for peak performance. You can order it now on our direct link at drinkmagnet.com. Also, use promo code Cris Mal to get $5 off your purchase. So don't wait. Again, that promo code is Cris Mal to get $5 off your purchase. Get Magnet, push your limits, fuel your passion.
And shout out to Sports Magnet Drink. Go use that promo code and get your $5 off.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. So go ahead and give credit where credit's due. We saw this topic on Joe Budden's podcast, and we was talking about it at work. We didn't really get into detail, but we was talking about it at work. What classic song could you do without? Now we all know there's some classic hits out there, and they're classic for a reason. But there are some classic songs where you hear it and it's just like, I could do without hearing this song ever again.
Let me hear your list, man. I'm curious to hear what you got. Let me hear some songs that you got.
Mariah Carey's Fantasy with ODB.
You don't like that song?
Bro, they played that song every 2 seconds on 98.5 when I was a kid.
Yeah,
and they still play it to this day.
Yeah.
It is. I could go without hearing it for another lifetime. I can.
I feel you.
No Diggity by Blackstreet. They played it.
I can't say no diggity. No diggity fire, bro.
50, 11 times. Shout out to Lil Jon. They played it every 50, 11 times. Here Comes the High Stepper by Izzy Kamosi. I can go without hearing that song. And the number one song, The Return of the Mac by Mark Marison, whatever his name is. I can go without hearing that song.
Return of the Mac.
Man, they play that song every two. Oh my God.
That's on fire, bro. What we talking about, bro?
You can have that.
All right, look, man. Here I got a couple right here. Mary J. Blige's Family Affair. Get that shit the fuck out of here.
I'm not mad at that.
I hate that shit. I cannot stand that shit. That's like one of Mary J. Blige's worst songs. I'm not a fan of that shit. Never have. I don't know why y'all get jiggy to that shit. I can't stand it. Sorry. Coolio's Fantastic Voyage. I'm cool, bro. I'm cool on that. I'm not a fan of that.
I got another Coolio song.
Cool. I'm not a fan of that one. Get that out of here. This might be sacrilegious to you, but Eminem, My Name Is, I'm not a fan of that shit. I could go without that shit.
I'm tripping.
Get out of here. TLC's No Scrubs. I'm tired of the man hate songs. Get that shit out of here. I don't want to hear that bullshit. TLC's No Scrubs. I'm tired of hearing that fucking shit. Get that shit out of here. Nelly's Hiding Here. I hate that fucking song. I really do. I really do not like that song. There's a lot better Nelly tracks out there for me. You could get the Kelly Rowland song out there too. The Nelly and Kelly Rowland song.
I'd rather have that one.
I'm cool on that. Nah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. There's better cut Nellies that are way better. Like I'm good on that. What else? Ricky Martin's Living La Vida Loca. I hate that fucking shit. Get that shit. I can't stand that shit. What else? Let me see.
See, Gangsta's Paradise by Coolio. We can get that out of here.
You don't like
oh my God, they used to play that all the time on the box, and I couldn't stand that fucking song.
Justin Timberlake's Sexy Back. I can do without. I can do without Sexy Back. I really could, me personally. I could do without Sexy
I could take it or leave it.
What else? Shaggy. I fuck with Shaggy.
No, can't get rid of that song.
Can't get rid of this. Jason Derulo. Honestly, that's about it. Honestly, like I could think of right now. Oh, Cisco's Thong Song. Get that shit out of here. The video is fire, but the song itself is ass. Like, get that shit out of here. The video is fire though. Without the visuals, that shit is trash. Y'all know it. I know it. Get that Thong Song the fuck out of here, bro. That shit is trash.
Not the Thong Song.
It's only the visuals you like. Besides that, you hearing the nigga say that thong, the thong, thong, thong. Nah, get that shit out of here, bro. Get that shit out of here, bro. That shit's trash.
Okay.
Sorry, thong song gotta go. Just listen to Uchi Wally, bro.
I like Uchi Wally too, but I can't have both. Like
that shit out of here.
Can't have both.
There's better Cisco tracks, bro. What about Montel Jordan?
No, you're not getting rid of this.
I know we hear it all the time. I'm not getting rid of it, but you kind of hinting at you tired of hearing certain songs because you.
But that's just that song right. This is how we do it. Is like nothing but a G thing. Like that's never gonna go out. What about California Love?
Nah, hell nah, man.
Okay, I was just checking.
I'm not getting shot today. Fuck that.
You're not getting shot today.
California Love, bro. We keeping that. California Love is fire, though. I
love
California. Fire. It's like you'll never take away It Was a Good Day. You know what I mean? You're not taking away that shit. I'm not taking away nothing from SWV. I'm not taking nothing away from Aaliyah. I'm not taking nothing away from DMX. Maybe Party Up. Maybe Party Up. Maybe Party Up.
That's what Park said he'd get rid of.
Maybe Party Up. But for the majority, I'm not taking away anything DMX. I'm not taking away anything from Ludacris. Majority. There might be like a couple I might take out from Ludacris. Yeah, Pac is off limits.
You taking anything from Biggie?
From Biggie? Nah, I'm not taking away nothing from Biggie. Not me personally. Jay, there's a couple songs I might take away off from Jay. There's a couple, man. There might be a couple, but it's more like in the cut shit where I'm like, we can like do away with Kanye. Anything recent, I guess. We could probably but Donda was fire. I do fuck with Donda. I do like Donda a lot. There was a lot of great songs on there, but like his last recent ones, like I say within the last year or two, we could probably cut that shit out.
What you getting rid of from Drake?
From Drake? No, get that Nokia bullshit the fuck out of here, bro.
It's hot right now. Fish grease, hot as fish grease right now.
I'm straight, bro. I'm not a fan of that Nokia record. That shit can go. There's other couple songs on there that can go. Who else? Are we taking anything away from Mace?
I'm gonna say They Not Like Us is played.
They Not Like Us. Yeah. Are you tired of hearing the song? Yeah. Would I get rid of it? No. I wouldn't get rid of it.
I'm not getting rid of history.
I'm not getting rid of it. I'm not getting rid of it, but could I do without listening to it for like a month or something like that? Yeah, I could be fine, but I wouldn't get rid of it though. I wouldn't get rid of anything from that battle. I like even from both sides. I liked a lot from both sides. Push-ups. Maybe push-ups. Yeah. If you had to get rid of one, maybe push-ups. Who else? Common. Are you getting anything away from Common?
Mm-hmm.
Not really. Most Def. Are you getting anything rid of from Most Def? LL Cool J.
What's that song here with J-Lo? Paradise? Is that what the song called?
Oh, Paradise. You get rid of Paradise?
I can do without that. I can do without a little Flip Sunshine.
Sunshine. I like that song. That shit is catchy as fuck. I like that shit. I can't get rid of that one.
Just from the line, I treat you like milk. I do nothing but spoil you.
He said everything from fucking Nah, bro. I know you ain't saying that, bro.
Joe,
come
you
on,
bugging.
bro. You bugging, my boy. You bugging, my boy. Now you tripping. Who else? Rick Ross. You getting anything from Rick Ross?
No, Joe. Rick Ross usually has a good catalog, so no.
Nothing's getting taken away from Jeezy. Sorry, there's nothing getting taken away from Jeezy. T.I.
I can kind of do away with Dead and Gone.
Dead and Gone?
Because they played it so many times. Like, that's not a song that if it's on, I'll probably skip.
Yeah. Dead and Gone. I'm trying to remember that song. Which one was that one?
Well, I think that's with Justin Timberlake.
Oh, that one? Yeah,
that
shit can go, man. That shit can go.
I'll do without that song.
I'm trying to think. Snoop Dogg? Is there anything from Snoop Dogg?
No.
It may be some newer shit, but nothing from Twister Do or Die, period.
No, definitely nothing from Twister or Do or Die.
Nah. Trying to think anybody else. Anybody from like R&B, like anything R&B, like any R. Kelly shit you getting rid of? Yo, Trapped in the Closet can go. That shit was just so long. Trapped in the Closet can go.
If you're just listening to it, I hear you, but the visuals was made it. It was
I know they were trying to do this whole like, you know,
it was a musical
theatrical series. No, I'm cool, bro. That shit had like fucking 55 episodes, bro. I'm good, bro. I'm straight. I'm good. Besides that, anything from Donnell Jones? You getting rid of?
No.
Frank Ocean? Anything from Frank?
I'm not a big Frank Ocean. I only like the one song, so.
Okay, for sure. I don't know, man. Give us y'all opinion. Kareem, give us some more opinions, man, in the chat, man. If you got any more songs you would get rid of, bro.
You getting rid of anything from Nas?
Nas. Is that for me or is that for Kareem?
I'm asking you.
Nas. No, I'm not getting rid of one mic. look at this nigga's discography real quick. If I Ruled the World, no. New York State of Mind, no. The World Is Yours, no. Ether, no. One Mic, no. Made You Look, hell, no. Life's a Bitch, no. We Major, no. Maybe I Can. I know it's a young inspirational song.
I can.
I'm not mad at it, but look, if I had to choose one, maybe that one, I guess. But that shit was positive as shit, so I feel bad for saying that. That was a very inspirational song for the young black community. You know what I mean? So maybe, probably not.
So take it from all. Get rid of the positive song.
Nah. Take that out. I'm not taking out. I can't. Nah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm straight.
Anything from Busta Rhymes?
Busta. Let me look at this thing real quick. Busta Rhymes.
I can do without that Fired Up song.
Fired Up.
I ain't like that song. Outside of that, he was cool. Get rid of all the mumble rap shit. I mean, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, you can get rid of that. Yeah, honestly, no, not really, not much. I like Busta though.
You getting rid of anything from Ja Rule's catalog?
Ja Rule, hell nah, man. Ja Rule was prime, like his prime. Ja Rule, nah. Ja Rule had a nice run, bro. I said that Ja Rule was Drake before Drake, just with who he was, the female fanfare. You know what I'm saying? Like when he was coming out, like all the females knew like he was out. You know what I mean? That's just what it was. So, and then 50 came along and ended that whole shit.
You getting anything rid of anything from Cameron?
In his prime, no, not in his prime. There's some shit that, after it, I would have, like, after he left Rockefeller, but nah. Like Jim Jones, like, you don't like Jim?
I never liked Jim. His best shit was with the shit that Max B wrote.
I feel you.
And when Max B went to prison, Jewels was the best one out of the crew to me. I thought Jewels was gonna be one of them ones.
Yeah. Even though like the whistle song, I could do without.
I mean that I hear you. That was one of those like I gotta have a single, but let me make this song. That's what that was. But outside of the whistle song, like most of that Diplomat Immunity shit, Jewels was on it and he was killing it.
Yeah. Like there's nothing from Chris Brown. Like no one's taking anything out of from Chris Brown. That man might have like one of the best song discographies, tracks, like Chris Brown. Chris Brown. Nothing getting taken from Chris Brown.
Jim Jones is a top 5, 10.
Oh my shit. I'm not mad at Jim Jones though.
Well, I'm not a big Jim Jones fan. Lately he's been better, but outside of Fly High, Pop Champagne, and what's that Certified track he got with the Game? Outside of that, I'm cool.
Yeah. What about Jadakiss? Is there anything you would get out from Jadakiss?
No. I'm good. Vampire Life. That shit was trash. Vampire.
What about from your boy? What's your boy's name? One of your favorite artists? Didn't you just contend? What's that motherfucker's name?
You talking about Tech Nine?
Yeah, is there anything from Tech Nine you would get rid of?
There's some like probably a few recent tracks that he's done, but outside of that, nah.
I feel you.
No, Tech is my guy. I'm always gonna support Tech. All right, player. Leave a comment in the comment section if you got some songs that you feel like you sick of.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm with you, Joe. All right, man. Let's do our BetUS Short 5 picks. All right, man. What you got?
All basketball. So tomorrow I got the Pistons -1.5 with the Knicks again. As I said earlier, I think it's gonna go to game. I like the Pistons a lot. Again, I got Clippers money line against the Nuggets. I think the Clippers will win at home, so I love that a lot. And then on Friday, I'm gonna go Rockets +4.5 against the Warriors, man. I think the Rockets are gonna find a way to get it to Game 7. I just think the youth, the confidence is building up. Even though I did not like the way the game ended a little bit, but even if Rockets don't win, I think it'll be close. I think they'll keep it within 3. So
I took the -1.5 on the +1.5 Knicks over the Pistons. I'm taking the +7 Nuggets over the Clippers. I'm taking money line Rockets over Golden State. And on Monday, I'm taking the +8 Pacers over the Cavs. If you here you at, there you are. If you scan this QR code, it will take you to the BetUS website where you can sign up. New users only. Sign up. Put all your information. Put the promo code JOIN125. You get 125% signing bonus plus 10% gambler's insurance. That means you get 3 risk-free bets on your first 3 deposits on $100 up to $5,000. So if you bet $100 on your first 3 deposits and you lose, you keep your money. So you keep your money or you can make you some money over there with BetUS. So go over there, scan this QR code, sign up, and tell them Cris Style Mal sent you. Yeah. And that does it for our BetUS Short 5 picks. All right, man. So the NFL draft just happened, and we all know that fantasy football is about to be a hot topic, a hot commodity. Yeah. So I'm asking you, sir, who are your top 5 rookies that you think are going to make an impact in fantasy this year?
I'll start at number 5. Number 5, I got Jaden Higgins, man. I really like his pickup, especially with some of the injuries they have on the wide receiver position. I love Nico Collins. Nico Collins is definitely going to be the best receiver, but he will give a lot of one-on-ones to Jaden Higgins. They also got Noel too. So I wouldn't be mad with either one of those guys. I think one of those guys is going to pop off this year. So I'll just put Jaden Higgins right there. Matthew Golden, because I just think he's the best receiver. You know what I mean? Even though I do love Jaden Reed, I think Jaden Reed is solid, but I think Matthew Golden will be the best receiver on that team, and I think Jordan Love is going to fall in love with him. Number 3, I got Tyler Warren. I just think the match. Look, I know it all comes down to Anthony Richardson, but I do think they're going to do a lot of plays with Tyler Warren as a safety net for Anthony Richardson. You know what I mean? Especially if he is still having trouble reading defenses like that. I think they'll, create a lot of plays for Tyler Warren. I really like Tyler Warren. I love Colston Leveland too. It's just I think the Bears have a lot of weapons over there, so I don't think he'll be the main focal point. I could see the Colts doing a lot of Taylor going to Tyler Warren. I think he can have a huge season. And then number 2, I got Omarion Hampton. I think, Jim Harbaugh, he loves to run the ball. You saw the picture of Omarion Hampton shaking Jim Harbaugh's hand. That boy, that's a big boy right there, and he's athletic, and he is a really good back. He can catch out the backfield. A lot of play action, especially with Justin Herbert. I could see him being used a lot to try to protect Justin Herbert because he does have a lot of injuries, as far as like within his past, ribs and stuff like that. So I like Omarion Hampton. And then number 1, I got to go with my boy Ashton Jeanty, bro. We know that boy's going to get the ball at least 25 times a game. A lot of play action with him and Brock Bowers and trying to throw the deep ball. They're definitely going to set this offense up with the run. So I think Ashton Jeanty should be the clear-cut favorite as far as like top rookies performing-wise in fantasy.
All right, man. I got a couple of honorable mentions. I'm gonna go with Travion Henderson for the Patriots. I think that they're gonna use him a lot. I know they got Ramon J. Stevenson, but I think he's gonna burst on the scene. You can't stop that explosion, and plus he can catch out of the backfield. So I think Travion Henderson is somebody you could look at. Another one is R.J. Harvey with the Denver Broncos. They need somebody who can run the football. That was one of their main issues on offense last year. I think they're going to feed R.J. Harvey. He is a home run hitter too, so he can cut and go and hit his head on the goalpost. Mm-hmm. All right, number 5. I'm gonna go with the number 1 overall pick, Cam Ward. He's going to start from day one. And I'm not saying that he should be your first or your second, but if you are slim pickings, you might have to put Cam Ward on your team. And he's going to start. He's going to have a whole season to start. So why not have Cam Ward? Number 4, I got Ted McMillan. I think Bryce Harper. What's his name?
Which one?
Bryce Young. I think Bryce Young is going to fall in love with Ted McMillan because he's going to have a lot of go balls, a lot of throw it up and catch it. And right now, Ted McMillan is probably the best receiver on their team right now. So they're definitely going to go to him early. Number 3, I got Crenshaw Juggins. I think the Cleveland Browns ain't going to have no choice but to run the football because you don't even know who the quarterback is. It might be Shador. It might be Dylan Gabriel. It depends on who they give all the choice. It might be Flacco. So it might be Kenny Pickett. I don't know. So, but Quinshon Judkins is definitely getting the ball because Stefanski likes to run that football. I'm with you with number 2, Amarion Hampton. I do think that he's going to get the ball a lot. They ran J.K. Dobbins to the ground pretty much. He is probably one of the reasons why he got hurt in the middle of the season. Mm-hmm. So they're giving the ball to Amarion Hampton. And he's younger. He has fresher legs. And he's a home run hitter. So they're definitely going to give him the ball. And then I'm with you with number 1, Ashton Jeanty. I think he's going to be a big focal point of your Raiders offense because you guys don't have a number 1 true wide receiver. I mean, I think you guys are running your offense like Chiefs offense where your tight end is your number 1 wide receiver, which is Brock Bowers. Yeah. So, which means that you're going to run everything in the middle of the field. Yeah. That's what you're doing.
And we still got Michael Mayer too. So, depending on that situation. So,
and then Jacoby Myers will kind of be your outside, go down the field type guy. Yeah. So Ashton Jeanty is going to get a lot of carries to move this offense and keep it balanced so that they can't just key in on Brock Bowers and Jacoby Myers. So I think Ashton Jeanty will get a lot of carries.
So Trey Harris, I think did you say Trey Harris?
No, I did not.
I'm not going to be mad at Trey Harris like as a surprise, like coming out of nowhere type of situation.
I'm with you, Joe. I'm with you with Breshad Smith. Jalen Royals, I don't know yet because you know how Andy Reid is with first-time receivers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Maybe next year. But Breshad Smith, I can see that.
You think he'll end up starting?
Who, Breshad Smith? Mm-hmm. I don't know if he starts, but he'll definitely be a third down. But I think that he's going to have more touchdowns than Isaiah Pacheco.
Do you think eventually within the season he could be the number 1?
I don't know.
Maybe not to start, but like maybe by like week 8, week 10, something like that.
I gotta see it. I wouldn't be surprised if he is.
Sorry,
because if Isaiah Pacheco isn't looking right, or he's having the same issues that he kind of had. Like, don't get it twisted. Isaiah Pacheco has been a good back for us, but
yeah, for sure.
If he's having the same kind of issues where the hole is wide open right there, and he's running right in the back of the offensive lineman, but then Breshad Smith comes in and boop, 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 takes it to the house, or at least gets us a big run. They might go with the hot hand.
I feel you. And scheduling gets announced 14th, right? May 14th.
We'll see, Joe. I think it's 14th.
14th. Yeah, we'll have an episode on that. That's when we might start doing our guessing our wins and stuff like that, maybe around then.
Yeah, for sure. All right, good people. It's time for Maul's favorite segment. Random news.
Yeah.
It is now time for Maul's random news.
Yes, sir. You know, it's my favorite time. Definitely Chris's favorite time. You know what I mean? Kareem's favorite time. All y'all's favorite time. You know what I mean? So get started. I don't have too many today, but we'll make it a little fun. First up, your boy, Agent Orange, Mr. President Donald Trump, announced, you know what I mean? He would love to see Stephen A run for president, man. So would you love to see Stephen A for president? And is there a percentage of a chance that you would vote for Stephen A. Smith to be your next president?
Hell no. What I saw today, him on that what was it, the Young and the Restless scene that he shot.
Oh, you didn't like the little like? Hey, he got her though, man. He like smooth with that shit though. Yo, he was kind of smooth with that shit though. Like, you know what I mean?
Pulled the gun out. There's a shot her from the side. Get out of here, Joe.
Hey, smooth, man. He might be the new James Bond.
Get out of here with that. You might get held all the week on Monday for that.
That should be hilarious. Next up, Shedeur Sanders is now the number one selling jersey of all 2025 NFL rookie, the 2025 NFL rookies. Are you surprised, or did you kind of expect this?
I kind of expected this. I'm not surprised. He's a polarizing figure. So love him or hate him, he's a polarizing figure. It is what it is. He's a Sander. If you think he's good or not good, he's a polarizing figure. It is what it is.
I would not be surprised, especially if he ends up starting, that he would be a top 5 jersey in all of the NFL. I would not be surprised. Next up, a little bit of sad news. Jordan Travis, the guy, one of the old FSU star who was playing really good, who broke his leg, did announce his retire. He is retiring due to the serious injury that he sustained with his leg. Said that, you know, wasn't healing the proper way. He did get, he was with the Jets. What are your thoughts about Jordan Travis retiring? And do you think he should, you know, be put on the top pantheon as far as like Florida State players and his overall career with Florida State?
I'm not gonna say he should be put on top. I think if he had finished and maybe if they had, you know, went to a national, you know, because if he played, they would have went to the playoffs that year, and they were a loaded team when, you know, he was there. So they might have went, if they had went deep into the playoffs, not even win the national championship, but if they had went deep into the playoffs, then we could talk about Jordan Travis. But unfortunately, he had that injury, so his story was incomplete. And he could have had an opportunity to stay. He could have stayed in college too. So, and then, you know, it's unfortunate he gets drafted by the Jets, but, you know, never really had a chance because he's coming in with the injury. And it's unfortunate that that injury couldn't heal. Wish him all the best in his next endeavors, whatever he does. Maybe he gets into coaching, maybe he does something else. I don't know if he got his degree in Florida State, so maybe he, you know, goes towards that. But prayers to that young man.
Well, what was your projection of him if he would have stayed healthy? Do you think he would have been a bona fide starter? Do you think he would have been a first-round pick?
Like I said, it all depends on how he would have performed in that playoffs. If he would have played like really well, then I wouldn't have been surprised if he at least got picked in the first, maybe top of the second.
Yeah. I agree. Next up, former Raiders wide receiver Henry Ruggs has been training nonstop in prison in hopes of playing football again in the NFL when he gets released. I think he's set to maybe potentially get released next year sometime. Multiple teams are said to be interested in giving Ruggs the opportunity to have a second chance in the league. This was BIA of Josh Jacobs. What are your thoughts? Do you think Henry Ruggs deserves a second chance? And who could you potentially see will be a good fit for Henry Ruggs if he's still the same Henry Ruggs that we saw before he went into jail?
This is a tough subject right here because, man, I mean, the man will pay his, it's unfortunate what happened to that young lady. She lost her life to a, stupidity because, my man driving drunk and driving 100 and some miles per hour down a residential or,
it was
a residential street. Look, man, people have the NFL has let people back in, for committing crimes, and he's definitely gonna get back in. He's definitely gonna be on the team, and at first there's going to be backlash. There's going to be fans that talk trash about him, and then if he goes to a team and balls out, they're going to all it's going to be forgiven.
Yep.
Because it is like, what have you done for me lately type of league, and fans are just like that. If you scoring touchdowns and making me feel good about myself, yeah, it sucked what you did, but you're having my team win, so I wouldn't be surprised. And he's a speed guy. You know what I'm saying? Speed always is going to overcome. It's always going to get people to look at you and bring you in and see what you got going. So he was a talented young man before he went into prison. You know, I'm all for prisoners having rehabilitation depending on, what they did. If they're getting out, you know what I'm saying? I'm all for rehabilitation and getting a second chance. But, hopefully he learned from this situation and he'll go back on the straight and narrow and get an Uber. You know what I'm saying? Get an Uber or get a driver, sir. So
yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you. At the end of the day, you hear all the stories about Henry Ruggs before this whole incident that he was a really good kid. He just made a terrible, dumb mistake that cost a young lady and the dog, their lives. A family, who's mourning. But at the end of the day, he paid his time. It wasn't like he got off. He did what he had to do. He served his time. I think anybody deserves a second chance as long as you're rehabilitated and you really are truly sorry for what you did. There's a lot of people who've made grave mistakes, and I'm sure I'm sure he feels truly sorry. And if the NFL is willing to give him an opportunity, he can still perform and he's still explosive, then why not? At the end of the day, I agree with Kareem. I would love to see this young man succeed. Who I don't know where he could potentially go. My Raiders could use him, but I know that's not happening. So I know he's never staring anywhere close a Raider stadium. But at
when
the end
is
of the
he
day,
supposed to get out next year?
I think next year. I think he's supposed to have he could potentially be put on probation next year. So so we'll see. At the end of the day, I don't think for him to get this opportunity. Obviously, he must be doing pretty good in prison right now, not getting in any trouble and stuff like that. And I'm glad to see him not getting into any trouble or no harm. That he's still healthy enough, and maybe he's getting protected in there because maybe they see the true talent in him, and he's a nice kid, and he don't need to be in there type of situations. And hopefully, those gentlemen that are in there for a very long time do see that and keep him protected, and he can get out and reinvigorate his career. So I'm rooting for Henry Ruggs, man. But then again, I said, we're not going to sit here and escape what he did at the same time. All right, next up, Terrence Howard said he turned down the starring role in a Marvin Gaye biopic because he didn't want to kiss a man. Quote, that would fuck me. That would fuck me. I would cut my lips off if I kissed some man. I would cut my lips off. Do you think he should have just took the role? Do you think he took it a little bit too far with what he said?
Look, I saw some of the part of that interview. He said he went to Quincy Jones' house and asked him if Marvin Gaye was gay. He said Quincy Jones said yes, he's gay. So I don't know. Marvin Gaye was a great, talent, one of the best R&B singers to ever sing. So I don't know, but you as an actor, it's your career. You do with it. I'm not telling him he's right or wrong. That's his career. If he feels like it's against his values to kiss another man, I'm not gonna tell him no. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If I was an actor, I probably wouldn't kiss another man. That's just me.
Yeah, you have your what you believe in, what you want to do, and what don't want to do. So yeah, I'm not mad at him for making that choice. Couple more. Next up, it's been some Oscar voters have said they just press play on their screeners app to satisfy the viewing requirements and then mute the audio or switch the tabs. The app only needs to see that you watched it. It doesn't need to know that you're sitting there listening to it. So I guess this is a app where I guess they watch, certain shows, movies, or whatever, because they have to cast their vote. And now they're saying that they don't even watch it. They don't even listen to it. What is your thoughts on this? Do you think this is a big problem for the Oscars? And as far as the honor of being one of these voters to give said, awards out to these people.
So what don't they do?
So they pretty much just press play on the Screeners app to satisfy the viewing, because I guess they're supposed to watch. Obviously, if you're going to be voting, you need to watch everything that's being nominated for the Oscars. So what they do is they would just press play, but they wouldn't sit there and watch it. They wouldn't listen to the audio. They would just play it and then like walk away, go do some other shit, cook, clean, whatever they got to do. You know what I mean? That's what they would do. And then they would cast their vote.
That just taints every vote that's ever had. They ever had. Like, you gotta listen to the product, man.
Yeah.
Like, if you gonna cast your vote, we gotta cast who did. And fans know who had the best album, who had the best songs, and all that good stuff.
Right.
So you got to be diligent. That's the problem with that. That's the problem with the Grammys. This is the Grammys, right?
Oscars.
Oh, so movies. So even still, more still. Like, come on now, we know what the best movies are.
Yeah.
So that's why the Oscars the way it is now.
Yeah.
Nobody watches it no more.
Nah. And it should be an honor for you to be, if you're in one of the ballots where you can make a honor, like a true vote, like you should have some little pride with that. You know what I mean? Take the time. Like y'all ain't got else to do. Next up, ESPN. This is for you. ESPN projects John Cena's final matches in the WWE, and I want to get you
that mess. It's a mess.
I'm gonna read it, and then obviously we'll give your opinion. Obviously, we kind of know. First up, they got John Cena defeating Randy Orton at Backlash in May. Next up, they got Jey Uso defeats John Cena to retain the World Heavyweight Championship.
That makes no sense.
At Money in the Bank in June. John Cena then defeats CM Punk at what's SNME in July. What's that?
I don't know. SummerSlam? No, SummerSlam's in August.
What's SNME? What's that? I don't know what that is. And then after that, they got John Cena and Travis Scott defeating Cody Rhodes and Bad Bunny at SummerSlam in August. Then they got Joe Hendry defeating John Cena via DQ at TNA Victory Road in September. Then they got John Cena defeats Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel in November. And then Cody Rhodes comes back and defeats John Cena to get his Undisputed Championship back in December. You obviously kind of hinted at your thoughts. What are your thoughts with this? And what do you see potentially happen with the John Cena with his last couple months at WWE?
The Jey Uso one don't make no damn sense whatsoever. I don't know where the hell they got that shit from. But I agree he's gonna beat Randy at Backlash. There's gonna be a CM Punk John Cena match, definitely. Because usually they do trades and stuff like that, so I'm gonna be surprised if CM Punk ends up on SmackDown or John Cena may end up on Raw. I don't know. I don't know if we get John Cena and Roman Reigns, because I think we're gonna get more so Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins going at it on Raw. Damn. I wouldn't be surprised if Cody ultimately beats him in December for his last match.
Yeah.
Unless somebody else just comes up and they just have no choice. This person is hot. This is the person to beat him. But I can see it's either going to be CM Punk or it's either going to be CM Punk, Randy Orton, or Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
To take the belt from him in December for his last match.
Mm-hmm.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. And what else? I think I got one more. Yeah, the NFL commissioner Goodell says he expects the NFL to eventually have 16 international games a year, including some in Asia. Quote, we want to be there. We want to put roots in. We want to start getting kids playing flag or tackle football. We want to have engagement all year round, which means media coverage all year round. We want our sponsors and partners active through the year. We're looking to build this over the long term. I do believe we can get to 16 games in 16 different markets, or you might double up like we're doing in the UK right now. Germany is a strong market too. We had a great experience in Brazil last year. We're looking forward to going back there. We'll be back in Mexico as soon as the stadium is done. They're redoing it for the World Cup. I think we'll get to Asia pretty soon. I think we can get worldwide with our games. What's your thoughts with that? Do you think this will be a great thing for the NFL, or do you think this will ultimately be a bad thing?
It's a good and bad thing. It's a good thing because you're trying to spread the game to different places and you're trying to push, NFL to other markets. It's a bad thing because at the end of the day, the best players come from America because they have the more resources towards that game.
Mm-hmm.
Like they got colleges out here that you pull players from
yeah.
to employ your league. So there's no college in the UK where I guess they got teams out there, but still they have to go through a system or they got to come out here and play college or go somewhere. Like it's just too much. So it's just they got to get to a point. They got to understand, man, that this game, you can't simulate this game nowhere else. Mm-hmm. You just can't.
Mm-hmm.
The best of the best play in the United States. This is no disrespect to no other country or whatever. But the best of the best play in the U.S., and that's where you're going to get your talent pool from. And unfortunately, you just can't simulate. There's not enough resources overseas for you to have the resources to duplicate this game.
Yeah.
Maybe flag football, maybe. But outside of that, tackle football, nah.
All right, man. We're gonna end it. We're gonna end random news on that though.
Cream over here bugging, man. I'm trying to get us canceled, man.
Come on, man.
You come out here tonight to get our channel taken, man.
Bro, what you drinking over there, bro? What we sipping on, bro?
Oh, he's sipping on something.
Gotta be, bro. Gotta be.
All right, man. Let's talk about it, man. This stupid question: 100 man versus stupid, one gorilla. Who wins?
This is not stupid.
Who wins?
Listen here, bro. Johnny motherfucking Walker. Yeah, I had a feeling it was a Johnny Walker. You kind of give me Johnny Walker vibes. Look, man, I kind of low key agree with Mace, bro. I think the gorilla wins because the moment he like Rock'em socks the first couple motherfuckers, I think about 30 of the motherfuckers is running away. They ain't about that life. They're not about that life. Like if we're just talking about hands, I think the gorilla smokes a lot of these motherfuckers, bro. I really think he do. Man, this motherfucker can crush skulls, bro. Rip your arms out, your sockets.
Can I play devil's advocate?
Go ahead.
And I'm not disagreeing with you, but can I play devil's advocate?
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
How do we know how a gorilla is going to react when you see a wave of 100 men just charging at you? Like, we don't know the psychology of a gorilla to be like it's one thing if me and you try to charge him, he gonna try to beat the shit out of us. But 100 motherfuckers is coming at him at the same damn time.
Nigga, have you ever seen Congo?
I've seen Congo.
You seen them silverback gorillas?
I have.
They will fuck about. It's gonna take one motherfucker to get his ass knocked the fuck out, and about 30 of us is gonna be like, "We're good. We're good."
Well, he beating down that dude. Look, I ain't saying ain't gonna be no casualties.
Like, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do when you're that one facing the gorilla? Are you going for the leg? You going for the kneecap? You going for the neck? Like what's your go-to move? Like what are you doing? Are you side like you like
get on his back, man? I'm talking about
that they gonna throw your ass off so easy, but A-Town stop your ass, bro. Like, come on, man. What we talking about, bro? If this is a fully grown adult ass silverback gorilla,
gorillas ain't that tall. I know a lot of people think gorillas are tall.
Yeah, but they strong as fuck though. They strong as fuck though.
Gorilla's only like 5 foot.
All right, man. All right, bro. All right. So are you willing to stand in a pit with a gorilla right now?
Not by myself, no. But
all right, then. That 5 foot
is coming out of all corners and sides with fisticuffs.
All right. So you believe the 100 would win. All right. How many of the 100 survives the one gorilla?
Yeah.
How many How many of the 100 men would survive the gorilla? If you think the 100 men wins,
I would say a good 40.
you think about 40? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
And I don't think, and that doesn't even mean that the other 60 would be dead. I think some of them will be hurt.
But this shit gonna look like a war scene where you just hear the nigga moaning in the back.
There's gonna be some broken bones and some of them. Some of them be dead, but some of them be just beat the fuck up and they just gotta heal up. They gonna be in the hospital sipping soup to a straw. But
all right, so if you can give me your top 5 motherfuckers you have to bring with you for this fight, just 5. We ain't gonna do any more than that. If you had to give me the 5 top best,
I'm getting UFC fighters, dog.
Which ones though?
Alex Pereira, John Jones.
What no boxers, no nothing like that. No wrestlers, no nothing.
Maybe Tyson. No, I ain't getting Tyson Fury's old flappy ass.
I'm definitely getting Brock Lesnar.
I'm getting Brock.
I'm getting Brock Lesnar.
Bobby Lashley.
I'm getting Alex Pereira.
Look, man, I'm just getting UFC fighters, wrestlers.
Yeah. Hey, man, who number one? Who's the motherfucker that started this shit? How did this shit start?
I don't know. Somebody posted, I don't know what's the name, and then they just
man versus gorilla.
According to Jet GBT, the men will win.
The men will win. I saw somebody. I guess there's like a video game where you can like simulate whatever you want to do, like a million men versus 35 Wolverines or some shit like that. And then I think they had one against 100, and then in the game, the gorilla won. No, did the gorilla win? No, the gorilla did die. And I think you were right. It was about 30 men that ended up surviving.
All I'm saying is, look, you coming in at waves, not like one at a time. Okay, Ma, you yeah, we all gonna die one by one. We do shit like that. We ain't supposed to do like the movies.
You mean all 100 got to go at the same time?
We not like John Wick and shit where he just fighting one at a time. Okay, your turn. Chopping us down and shit. Like if we all charge this motherfucker all at once.
All right, so let me ask you: is there an animal that would defeat 100 men that's alive today?
A fucking elephant would beat the shit out of all of us.
That's true. Elephant would be tough. A rhinoceros. I think rhinoceros.
A rhinoceros too.
They would too.
A hippo.
Lion? You think a lion would?
Yeah, I think a lion would, because they're more like
agile and shit. Yeah, a cheetah would definitely fuck us up. Like that motherfucker so quick, he can get away quick. Any of them cats, I think any of them cats, like a Black Panther and shit.
Yeah. Oh, they ripping us apart, dog.
What about a bear? You think a bear would
fuck us up? Because a bear can be like 6 foot. Like a bear is tall, man. Like them damn grizzly bears. Hell no. Or a black bear.
The gorilla is pissed like, hey, like those Congo silverback gorillas. Like you seen the movie Congo, right? If you haven't, go watch that.
Man, I'm just gonna tell everybody, hey man, bring 100 bananas, man. We distract this man and whoop his ass.
100 bananas, and they gonna look at you crazy, bro. I got meat right here, bro. Pause. But
whoa. Pause. Can you tell a gorilla pause? Yo. That'd be one nigga out there to say, hey, yo.
Yo, facts for real. There would be that one motherfucker. Do the gorilla know what time it is? Like the men? Yeah, they from the hood, bro. They from the deep of Africa, bro. Like and them type of gorillas.
Look, there's gonna be a lot of casualties, and that's something we would have to go into. Some of y'all gonna have to be pawns.
Would you be in the front line, or would you be middle or the
back, end? Man, I'm a general.
Yeah, right. Chris about to be the fucking medic and shit coming in.
Giving CPR to niggas.
Yo, facts. Like, hey man, you got it, bro. Hey, you got it.
You almost had it, man.
Hey man, you
that
got
punch
it, bro.
to the jaw, man. You almost got
Right?
it. He was a little stumbling a little bit,
bro. This motherfucker gonna be like Forrest Gump with my man. What's my man's name? And the brother that got killed, nigga with the bubblegum shirt. Bubba, like what's his name?
Bubba, yeah. Yeah, it's all good.
102, yeah. Chris is definitely 102, bro. Nah, that motherfucker's back at home base giving directions and shit. Yo.
I'm on the walkie-talkie.
Yo, wave two, go in. Wave two, go in.
Come from the left.
Yo, facts.
Alex Pereira, yeah. Use the move. Brock Lesnar, hit him with that suplex city.
Yeah, right.
Woo! Stupid ass question. All right, man. Let's get to our boxing predictions, man. It's a big boxing weekend.
Yeah.
So let's start with Friday's card. You got Teofimo versus Arnold Barbosa. You got Devin Haney versus Jose Ramirez. And you got Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero. So we can start with the bottom, Teofimo versus Arnold Barbosa. What is your thoughts on that fight, sir?
Look, I know Arnold Barbosa. I think he give him a tough match, but I think it just all comes down to like what Teofimo we gonna get. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we just don't know. Like, are we gonna get the Teofimo who's focused, who's ready to go? Or are we gonna get that Teofimo who's distracted, who's gonna be bullshitting in the ring and allowing Arnold Barbosa to just be able to dictate the fight and cause it to be closer to what it really need to be? You know, Arnold Barbosa, he could be a very dangerous fighter. I don't think you want to risk that, because Teofimo has the opportunity to get some bigger fights if he's able to dominate this one, especially on this card. But I'm gonna go with Teofimo. Like, I think he is definitely the better fighter. It's just, you don't know what Teofimo you're gonna get. You're gonna get the great Teofimo, or you're gonna get the one that's, you know, questioning whether he has it anymore.
I'm going with the upset. I got Arnold Barbosa.
Oh wow.
Going the distance.
Got tired of those racist comments he be making.
I'm sick of Teofimo. I'm going on Barbosa. I think he's a really good fighter. He's undefeated, and I think he has a lot to prove. Teofimo be bullshitting, and yeah, I'm going with Arnold Barbosa.
I'm not mad at you at that. I'm not mad at that pick.
Then you got Devin Haney versus Jose Ramirez. Jose Ramirez is actually a really good fighter. Devin Haney, he's making his return. What is your thoughts on this fight?
I'm very curious to see how Devin Haney responds after that loss with Ryan Garcia. This is going to be his first bout since then. Like, I wonder if he got in the gym. I wonder if he changed any of his, as far as like his tactics on what he wants to do in the ring. I know he's more of the methodical boxer that takes his time and wants to, you know, wear you down pretty slow. But I think Devin Haney needs to put on a performance, man. You know, Devin Haney's been getting disrespected a lot ever since that Ryan Garcia performance and him getting knocked down and pretty much embarrassed. So I'm very curious to see how aggressive he is in this fight. Jose Ramirez, as you stated, he is very tough, but I'm gonna go with Devin Haney. I think he has something to prove. You know what I mean? He wants to get that status back of being recognized as one of the better fighters in his division. So, and then obviously, you know, everybody wants to gear up for that Ryan Garcia rematch as well. So I'm gonna go with Devin Haney.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think he outboxes Jose Ramirez. He sticks to his guns, goes back to the, you know, what Devin Haney does best, and that's, you know, stay on the outside, jabbing, you know, just keeping it methodical. This might be a boring fight, people. I'm just going to let you know this right now. But I got Devin Haney winning by decision. Mm-hmm. And then might be the most entertaining fight of the night. Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero. We know Rolly has that punching power, but he's not the greatest boxer. Ryan Garcia, he's very controversial, but he's a pretty good boxer. A lot of people think he's just a YouTube sensation. He's actually a boxer. So I think this should be a pretty entertaining fight. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, it's going to be an entertaining fight. I know Rolly has power, but I expect Ryan Garcia to dominate this fight. I think he's going to catch him with that left, and I think he's going to knock him out within the sixth round. I just think Ryan Garcia is the better fighter. He seems like the old Ryan, where he's, you know, off whatever he was, you know what I mean? He had all them episodes where he's saying a lot of dumb stuff. He's kind of going through his like Kanye moment, you know what I mean? You know, when he was doing it. So, but, you know, it seems like he's in good spirits right now. Seems like he's, you know, really focused on this boxing shit. Like he's talking normal again. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Ryan Garcia, and I got him knocking out Rolly.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. I'm going to go with Ryan Garcia, too, with a knockout probably in the 5th round for sure.
I'm excited to see how the whole setup is, though, for this fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's good to see, like, them old school days where they're out in the open. You know what I mean? Like, you know, them old Caesar Palace days and stuff like that. I think it's going to be dope.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's go with the next card. No, not that one. Yeah. All right, so we got the Fatal Fury Canelo versus Skull. Also on the card is Jamie Mungwai versus Bruno Soares. This is a rematch. Where Jamie Mungwai ended up getting, I think he got knocked out.
Yeah, he did get knocked out. Yeah.
Then you got Martin Bakole versus F.A. Ajagba. 2 Africans going at it. You know, you don't love that. And then Bado Jack. I didn't even know Bado Jack still boxes.
And neither did I.
And I don't know the rest of these dudes. I ain't even gonna go through them. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm keeping it 100.
Yeah.
I'm just going to give my 2 cents on the Martin Bakole and F.A. We know Bakole just lost was Joseph Parker. He just lost to. It was a short notice fight. Possibly if he had a better training camp, we both believe that fight probably would have went a little different.
Yep.
F.A. He's another guy who's got punching power. I think these dudes are gonna try to kill and bludgeon each other. I'm just being so for real.
What was wrong with Kareem, dog?
What do you say?
Bruh, good Lord.
What's wrong with you, dog?
That brother got to put that Johnny Walker down, man.
But I'm gonna go with Martin Bakole on this fight. I think he beats F.A. I think he's just too big, and I think he's coming off that loss, so he wants to get back into the top of the heavyweight. So I got Bakole winning.
All right, Richie. No disrespect to F.A., but Martin Bakole is a monster, bro. I don't care what happened with that Parker fight. We all believe that, I think he took that within a day. I think it wasn't even like a day or two. I mean, he was kind of like partly training and stuff like that. And he looked really impressive in that first round. He just got caught in that second. And, I mean, he just wasn't able to get his bearings back. But I think Martin Bakole is going to dominate in this fight. You know what I mean? Like, he actually had a true training camp. He definitely wants to, after coming off that loss, I think he wants to make an impression, and he's going to go back to being one of the scariest boxers that's currently out right now, for sure.
And you got Jamie Munguia versus Bruno Soares. Jamie was dominating this fight, but he got caught slipping, and dude knocked him down or knocked him out, and he ended up losing. I think Jaime knows what's up. I think he's going to go in here and focus.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to beat Soares. I think he's going to beat him within 3 rounds, knock him out, and get him up out of there.
He better get him out of there, because with that picture, he let that man, Bruno, with that picture, beat his ass. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like, bro, like you need to knock him out within the first 2 rounds. Like, you need to put your name, you need to put some respect back on your name, bro, because you got embarrassed. If this goes the distance, I think it's a bad look. I think he needs to embarrass Bruno to kind of get any kind of like, substance back on his name as far as like, being one of the marquee fighters, ever since the Canelo loss. But hey, man, like, he needs to put on a show. Like, he cannot have this be a close fight. This can't go the distance. Like, I don't want to see him outbox him. He needs to literally embarrass Bruno, because that was a bad look. But I'm gonna go with Mungwa.
And then, of course, we got the main event: Canelo versus William Scroll. Scroll is undefeated. I'm gonna be honest with you, I've never seen Scroll fight before in my life. But this should probably be an interesting fight. But I got Canelo winning. probably by knockdown, probably 5th, 6th round.
Yeah, I've never seen Skull fight, but at the end of the day, I think it's going to be kind of those walk you down type fights. I think this can definitely have some action because Canelo, if you really watch Canelo his last couple fights, he really don't move his head a lot. He kind of absorbs the punches and kind of just wears you out. And obviously, you know, he's gearing up for the big fight in September with Terrence Crawford. That's kind of what everybody's waiting for. So do you really expect Canelo to lose before that fight? I do not think so. Even if the fight is kind of going in a way where it looks suspect and Canelo doesn't seem like he's, you know, winning the fight, do you think they're gonna give Skull the win? No, I do not think so. They're gonna make sure that Terrence Crawford Canelo fight is one of the bigger fights that has ever been made in boxing history. So yeah, so Canelo should win. I think he'll win pretty smooth.
For sure. And we just got the one fight on Sunday. Because I don't know who else is on the undercard. But you got anyway, he's gonna be in the States. He usually fights in Japan, but he's fighting out here in the States. He's fighting Cardenas. We all expect anyway to win. They're not gonna bring him out here to lose. This is for the undisputed bantam championship, but I expect him to win and continue his reign as an undisputed champion.
I agree with you. This is just a step of getting the popularity of Inoue out to more American viewers. Me and you have said it that Inoue could literally be the next Pacquiao. You know what I mean? He has that power. He's very exciting for his weight class. He's pretty much the Tank Davis of his weight class. This man is a monster. So I'm excited. I'm excited to watch this. You know, hopefully somebody out there, you know, like one of my homies, you know, you're gonna hook up some, you know, some free tizzays, you know what I'm saying? Holla at your boy, you know what I mean? But if not, I will be tuned in because Inoue will always put on very, very entertaining fights. Very, very entertaining fights. So and then no disrespect to Cardenas. I'm sure he's gonna put up a tough fight. You know what I mean? He didn't get this opportunity for nothing. But I agree with Chris. They're not gonna put him in a situation where they can risk him losing the belt and risk the popularity and the growth of this sport, because I think Inoue could be that. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to it. But I got Inoue in a knockout. I'm gonna go like 5th or 6th round. He knocks him out.
For sure. All right, man. Well, that does it for our boxing predictions. Do you have anything else, sir?
Nah, my Lakers lost, so my stress levels are free. I really don't have anything. Yeah, honestly, I don't have anything, man. I don't have anything at all.
For sure, man. What do you think is next for your Lakers?
Got to get a big man. Obviously, I wouldn't be surprised if they try to put their name in the Giannis sweepstakes. If that does go that route. Obviously, you know, a couple of the things I saw on Twitter. I don't know, man. I think it's time for LeBron to retire up. It doesn't seem like he even taking this shit serious anymore. Obviously, the conditioning of Luka Doncic and him getting in shape and actually taking his off season more seriously, I think it's going to be a big key. It's going to be a big time for JJ Redick and Rob Pelinka this offseason to get the right team surround Luka. And it's disappointing how we went out. I would have been better if we would have went out in 7 games, but it is what it is at this point. In all honesty, we weren't expecting to win a championship because I think the Thunder are just that good. So, but it's going to be interesting to see the Timberwolves move on to the next round. It's either going to be the Warriors or the Rockets. So that should definitely be an interesting series. And I'm going to be rooting for Anthony Edwards, man. Whoever wins between the Warriors and Rockets, I'm going to root for Anthony Edwards because he's just that special.
Yeah, for sure. He's stupid, Joe. All right, man. Let's go ahead and show love to our WWE shop. Click on that or scan that QR code. Go to the WWE shop. Get your merch. If you want a Penta mask, a John Cena shirt, Randy Orton, Jay Uso Yeet shirt, whatever, Jacob Fatu, Samoan werewolf shirt, you can go through our link and get your shirt now. So I think they got some 35% off orders or something like that. So go ahead and go to our WWE shop. Also, if you want to donate to the Cris Style Mal podcast, you can donate at Cris Style Mal podcast or Cash App. We will greatly appreciate anything that you donate to us. Whatever streaming platform you use to listen to your podcast on, whether it be Spotify, Apple, Google, Amazon, iHeartRadio, whatever you use to listen to your podcast, the Cris Style Mal podcast is available. Also, if you're first time you watch on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification button. So when we go live on Mondays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and Wednesdays 9-ish Pacific Standard Time on Wednesday nights, you can jump into lives like Joe is tonight. Talk about these topics. Give us your opinion, whether you agree with us, you disagree with us. We want to hear from you. If you're listening on the playback, leave a comment in the comments section. Also, use that like button. Hit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Subscribe to the channel, man.
Yeah.
And whatever social media platform you use, whether it be X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, Twitch, whatever you use to do your social media on, the Cris Style Mal podcast is available at Cris Style Mal. We will follow you back because we're just some regular guys who like to talk movies, sports, movies, music, and all kinds of various other things. So go ahead and hit us up and follow us if you have critiques or feedback, or if you have a question or topic that you want us to bring up on the show. You can hit us up via DM, email, or our mentions. If we like said topic, we will bring it up on the show. We will shout you out because we want to show love to those who show love to us. So go ahead and follow us. No, Joe, not this show. On the Chief Show, yes. Yeah, we have a WWE shop here, sir. Go ahead and get that. Scan that QR code, sir. But until Monday, good people, hope you guys have a good rest of your week. Enjoy the rest of the NBA playoffs, boxing this weekend, and whatever else you're into. You know, if you're stepping out, be safe out there. If you're staying in the house, man, chill, kick back, and hope you have a good rest of your week and weekend. And we will be back Monday at 10 a.m. sharp Pacific Standard Time. So until then, we out.
Yes, sir.